Morning. It's a lovely day here in Leicestershire. I managed to finish my painting, so I'm going to just show you that now. So here it is. So if you remember, I painted this on a black ground, and I actually found it quite difficult to see these pale, the subtlety of these pale colours when they were mixed on a white palette. So you see here, I mixed all the colours on a white palette and mixed them with cold wax. But when I mixed, I mixed this one first, which to me looked quite blue. But when I came to put it on the black ground, it looked really pink. So I ended up using that blue, what I thought was blue, I ended up using that here and mixing another colour, putting more actual blue into it. So the sort of, the takeaway from this for me was that if I'm painting on a black board, I need to mix the colours on a black palette. It makes sense, doesn't it? Anyway, here we are. I'm going to bring it over so we can have a little look at it. So the advantage of painting on a black board is that I was able to use, and I'll get the tool, after I put the paints on, which I do with a silicone bowl scraper. It's the easiest way to use oil and cold wax, and it makes really nice marks. But then I was able to use this tool, which is a ceramics tool for carving into clay. And I was able to use this tool to do the branches on the trees. And I really like this because the black was underneath, and it wouldn't have worked if I hadn't have worked on a black ground, obviously. The black was underneath, I knew it was underneath. I'd already made some marks, but they weren't really bold enough. So then I literally pushed this down and carved into it. But because of the nature of the tool and the nature of the oil and cold wax, it didn't go in a straight line, it just went wherever it went. So it was much more natural to the shapes of the branches and stuff. So I think that worked well, and that was really what I had in mind when I decided to paint on a black ground. Anyway, I'm pleased with how that one's turned out, and now I'm gonna decide which painting towards my solo exhibition I'm gonna do next. I would like to do another one using these really pale tones, because I think overall it's quite nice to make paintings that are this light. But I'll have to have a think about, you know, how I'm going to do that, or which image I'm going to use next. But yeah, I did find it hard mixing the colours, because obviously they just look really pale on the palette, and you're not quite sure how they're going to work together on the painting. But I think overall it worked, and so that's encouraged me to do more of these kind of paintings. So yeah, so that was a good start.